Hi, I'm Ashley Gonzalez.
And I'm Tyler Cohen. I don't know about you, but October is basically a month full of Halloween prep and haunted houses.
Not to mention Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I've been wearing pink all week and heading out to walks and other fundraisers.
Hold on. I don't want to give too much away. Keep watching to see everything that WBTV has been up to this month, like modern art shows and school competitions.
October is nationally known as Breast Cancer Awareness Month. According to the Sentinel, over 15,000 people have been diagnosed with breast cancer yearly, which surely inspired the multitude of fundraisers all over our city. Karina Vasquez can tell you about one of them.
CrossFit Storm is a local gym that welcomes people from all walks of life and motivates people to their fullest potential through exercise.
So I think this event, or actually this box, one thing I can say about this box is support. Like, we're like a big family here. A lot of boxes don't have that. So I think the difference is the fact that we're family. Like, if you notice, everyone was still here with each other, partying, drinking water, having a good time and supporting each other. I think that's the important part, or the difference that we bring to this awareness.
Barbells for Boobs is an event that helps raise awareness against breast cancer. Many people participate in this event to show support to people who have had the cancer. Beatrice Oropesa is one of a million women who has had a breast cancer scare, and she discusses the impact that this event has had on her life.
The charity event means a lot to me. On January 2018, I was doing my regular check for my boobs, and the first thing I saw is that I had something on my right breast. And then thankfully it was not cancer, but I went through a lot. I had to go through a lumpectomy. I was diagnosed with lobular carcinoma in situ. They removed it completely. In March I had a lumpectomy, and I was placed in a high-risk group for breast cancer. I got to go through a lot of checkups every 6 months, and I'm always scared that something is gonna come up.
Not only do the workouts motivate the gym members to be fighters, but the environment of this unique gym strengthens members to continue to power through this vigorous fight. This event indeed provides encouragement like no other.
One of my best friends, thank goodness, she did not wind up having breast cancer, but she did have a breast cancer scare. Scary to say, I have several people that I know that have gone through it, not so much family members, but a lot of friends. Actually, my friend, she's a great spirit. She's super strong to begin with. I didn't know when I first met her, she had already gone through this breast cancer battle. And we've actually hosted an event here to support her before. We've had a fundraiser when she first got re-diagnosed. And the support that she's received from everybody here at the gym, we're constantly checking in with her. She gets a lot of support from us, and it's something with CrossFit. It's very community-based. People think that, it's just people come in, do some crazy exercises, and they're left out on the floor, but it's all about a family too. It's a very large family support group.
Just one gym can make a difference and can create a 1 in a million event. For the Student Television Network, I'm Karina Vasquez.
Fort Lauderdale is known for different and intriguing art throughout the area. Las Olas Art Festival comes together during the year for artists to display their best masterpieces as well as sell them to the public. Rick Vasquez can help us paint the picture for you.
Art is one of the few things that can separate us from our peers, so it's no surprise that people come from all around the world to celebrate it. Located in the heart of Fort Lauderdale, the Las Olas Art Festival has been going strong for 31 years. The festival allows creative individuals to express themselves through their work and present it to others.
This is the 31st year. We've done it 3 times a year, and this is our 91st show on Las Olas Boulevard. This is a perfect venue. Look at the nice shops and restaurants. It's the heart of Fort Lauderdale. It's a beautiful street, and people come from all over to see the show.
Many artists gather at the Las Olas Art Festival to display their work, but one artist in particular puts his life into his art, and it's evident in the final product. Patrick Reynolds consistently shows his pieces at art festivals all around the country, and he never ceases to amaze.
Well, my work is most definitely something that doesn't match the couch or the curtains. My work is all statement pieces, it's storytelling essentially. These aren't necessarily just women, they're figures that tell stories. Each piece has a very specific story of strength or overcoming things that's happened to them during their lives.
In Patrick's work, nothing goes without purpose and everything has a place in the bigger picture, literally. Although he always has a plan, some mistakes can turn into the best pieces.
And I was doing a big exhibition, and I had about 50 people around watching me finish off this big piece of art that I had been working on for about 2 weeks. And I had them all watching me finish it off, and we had a huge cup of coffee there on the end. And I had all my graphite tools around me, and I reached over to go sign my piece and knocked the entire thing of big gulp of coffee over my entire piece of work, where I panicked. My heart jumped. I grabbed the art, and it was on thick paper, and I lifted it off the table and I flung the coffee off, and I'm doing this, and everybody's watching and started applauding because I got coffee all over them, and they thought it was part of the show. They thought it was the best finish they'd ever seen.
With such dedication, Patrick has moved many people with his body of work, and he aims to make more unique pieces that will continue to make him one in a million. This has been Rick Vasquez for Bobcat Broadcast.
Art isn't the only way for someone to express themselves. Debate allows for people to speak up on issues that they're passionate about and allows students to fight for principles that they believe in. Connor Murphin says more on how impactful this elective can be.
In today's society, most teens would be scrolling through social media to see what is trending, and many feel like their voice doesn't matter. However, some students have taken it upon themselves to speak out about issues they are passionate about through their performances. The West Broward Speech and Debate team offered to host a local tournament in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month for everyone to have a forum to express themselves.
So I chose speech and debate because I saw it as an opportunity to speak out about topics and issues that I felt were needed to be talked about. And it basically gave me my own voice to speak out on, again, those certain issues such as racial issues and other issues that impact society today.
I chose debate because I wanted to challenge myself and definitely get myself more exposed to the community around me, and I also wanted to work on my public speaking skills as well, so that's why I chose debate.
Not only does the speech and debate team give students the freedom to speak their mind, but it also helps educate the younger and older minds of today, whether that be the coaches or siblings aspiring to make a change.
I got involved in the debate community actually when my daughter Amanda was a freshman in high school, and she started debating for her debate team, and she needed a judge. So my first foray into debate was as a parent judge. Well, I've always felt that younger people were, especially as a teacher myself, are very intelligent and have a lot to offer society. But this even really reinforced that belief, because you see the research and the hard work that these young people do, and you see that the intellect that they have to do their various debate and speech activities is really amazing, and really shows you how intelligent and how smart these kids are.
Although public speaking may not be everyone's forte, being well-educated and involved in forums like this can not only change the future, but also helps people who are struggling with issues that take a toll on their everyday life. Schools like West Broward that partake in this community continue to show you that your voice does matter no matter what. This has been Connor Murphins reporting for WBTV.
That was a whole lot of South Florida culture at one time.
Let's take a quick break.
We'll be right back.
La Antioqueña is a Colombian-based bakery right here in Pembroke Pines. Today we're going to review some of the most popular Colombian breakfast foods. Being Colombian myself, I've gone through lots of buñuelos, empanadas, pan de bonos, so we'll see how these match up. First up is a classic empanada. You may have had one before, but you don't get it until you've had a Colombian empanada. This one has such an amazing crunch at the first bite. The meat inside has a rich flavor which ties in perfectly with the texture. Next is a buñuelo. A buñuelo is a bread made of yuca and cheese. The combination of the two creates a beautiful symphony of flavor that makes this the perfect treat for an afternoon snack. Last but definitely not least is the pan de bono. This traditional cheese bread consists of corn flour, cassava starch, cheese, and eggs. The exterior is matched with the dense insides that packs a flavorful punch. When you consider all of these customary Colombian treats, La Antioqueña adds up to be a pretty great place to grab some Colombian cuisine. I definitely recommend stopping by and trying any of the foods I mentioned. This has been Sebastian Ibarra reporting.
Welcome back.
Have you ever had to move homes, leaving all your old memories behind and having to start off completely fresh? Well, one man has made the best out of a situation, creating new memories and achieving new goals in a completely foreign environment.
Madison Privet can tell you more about this inspiring story.
Abandoning everything you know to try to acquire a new, better life is no easy task. For Fabio Murano, achieving the American dream didn't come overnight. The need to assimilate proved to be extremely challenging.
I arrived in the United States on December 4th, 1979. It was quite difficult. Obviously, I didn't speak English, and I remember applying for my first job at a McDonald's restaurant. Called the manager, the only manager who spoke Spanish, a Puerto Rican, at the store every day to give me the job.
Having to become the new man of the house helped Fabio mature exponentially.
McDonald's actually served a very good training ground for me, in more ways than one. When I came to Chicago, we came at the time of a very bad economic recession. My father had lost his job in 1978, so my sister and I, working at McDonald's, as little as it was helping pay the rent. My sister and I will give my mom the check, our checks, and my mom will use it to pay our rent. So when I came in there, I didn't speak English, right? So the only job that I could and would do was clean the bathrooms, the dining room, outside, sweeping and mopping, cleaning the windows. So I was very eager to learn English. Once I learned English, the sky was the limit. Within 2 years, I became a crew chief. So they switched my uniforms from burgundy to blue. That's where the uniforms of the crew chiefs at the time. And then 2.5 years after I started the job, I was an assistant manager. And then I stayed as an assistant manager until I left in 1986.
Although the drive was there to succeed, having a family that acted as a strong support system was key.
The odds are stacked against any immigrant, especially who's coming from a non-English speaking country, right? I'm very lucky and very privileged. Number one, I had a supportive environment at home, right? I came every night to a home where there were mom and dad. I had siblings there. Those support systems actually made my adjustment to the new society and new culture much easier.
Through all the adversity that comes in the way of an immigrant, Fabio was lucky enough to overcome it all, unlike many others in the demographic.
I think is very much based on individual circumstances, okay, and based on abilities and desires and an impetus, internal impetus that a person brings. Unfortunately, a lot of folks fall through the cracks, sometimes through no fault of their own. I think that the challenges may be stacked against them in a way that may prevent them from making progress. La esperanza es lo último que se pierde, And hope is the last thing you have to lose. And I'm not going to lose it.
For WBTV, I'm Madison Privet.
Every teenager has heard that they use their phone way too much. What they may not understand is the mental toll that it can actually have on your brain. I love scrolling through Twitter, but even I have my limits. Sophie Reese may be able to convince you too.
There's over 7.5 billion people on the planet, and most of us have the audacity to think we matter. This mentality, while humbling, is also devastating to feelings of self-worth, especially in today's day and age. According to the Blue Cross Blue Shield Association, a diagnosis of major depression has risen dramatically by 33% since 2013. The rate of depression found in millennials is rising by 47%, which is even higher. But why? One of the factors we can contribute this to is technology. Dopamine, a neurotransmitter that is known as the feel-good hormone, is released when we receive texts, likes, and follows. Dopamine, however, is the same chemical that makes us feel good when one drinks, smokes, and gambles. This hormone is also correlated to the trauma one feels when they're unfriended. It is highly addictive and leads to high stress and anxiety through adolescence. This, as a result, deters millennials from having deep, meaningful relationships. The equivalent of turning to the bottle rather than friends and family is the epidemic of today's cultural norms. Social media causes you to want to apply filters not only on your pictures, but your happiness. Therapeutic educator Sage Day explains the effect of constantly scrolling past these filtered images and how it can shape our worldview and convey ideas about what is seen as normal and important by our peers, making those who can't match these praised images seem inferior, therefore plummeting our self-esteem. This issue is one that we shouldn't become numb to. The solution is a mixed balance of time spent on the phone and time spent actually interacting with each other. In this world of over 7 billion people, it's important to know that everyone, no matter how much society, technology, and our environment has conformed us not to be, is unique and their own person. I'm Sophie Reese reporting.
That just about wraps it up for the month of October.
I hope we really captured the essence of those special moments here in Pembroke Pines.
Make sure to tune in next month for the next episode of Bobcat Broadcast. I'm Ashley Gonzalez.
And I'm Tyler Cohen. Have a wonderful day.